Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it. Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you out there. I certainly hope you are having a marvelous day. You've had a great day. You've been productive. And y'all ready to spend y'all night with Frankly Speaking. Sorry for the tardiness on tonight, but we're here, ready to get rocking and rolling. A couple of y'all having connectivity issues, but I guess we'll get it worked out. How y'all doing tonight? Those of you out there in the comment section, I see y'all. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Let's go ahead and share. And tag those you want in on this conversation with us tonight. Those of you who are new here, we have some house rules. That we abide by right here on Frankly Speaking Live. Number one, I want you to be interactive. That's the reason we do this show live. It's because we value your interaction. What you think, what you say, your comments, your opinions matter just like ours do. And so that's why we do this live. We could pre-record it, but we do it live because you are a part of the show just like we are. So be interactive. That's number one. Number two, sharing is caring. If you rock with me, how you say you rock with me, or you just like the show, or you rock with anybody on the show, share like you do those celebrity people. You have no idea who they are, and they wouldn't know you out of a lineup. Share. And then thirdly and finally, Dwayne, you great. Thirdly and finally, of course, be nice. These are our opinions. These are our excuses. I mean, these are our. I'm thinking about Dwayne. Let me mess with Dwayne for a minute. These are our experiences, and these are ours. We have a right to think what we think, just like you have a right to think what you think. And so, no hostility in the comment section for someone's opinion or experience that they are sharing on a particular topic. And we'll all get along, and I won't have to block nobody, all right? So please share, please tag those of you over on Facebook. Please, matter of fact, let's get some music in here. Those of you over there on Facebook, tag and share. Tag at least 3 people. Let's turn up tonight. Those of you who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. You are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you like this video, like this live. Hit that like button. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. All right. Those of you who are watching, and you can send the link out there as well. All you got to do is hit share, hit that copy link button, and you can send to someone's phone, someone's DM, someone's messenger like that as well. So everybody share. What up, Trap?
What's up?
And we're getting ready to rock in just a minute. Those who are on the panel, go ahead and tag somebody. Y'all tag 3 people too on Facebook. Those who are on the panel, make sure you have shared as well. We got it posted in various places. All right. Hey, hey, hey. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's share and tag, share and tag. It's Tuesday night, y'all know how we do. Hey. Share and tag, y'all. This different. Tim, who you texting, Tim?
Who you texting, Tim? Is it Jesus? Hey, Money, I gotta be honest, Money. You right. They are killing it tonight. I'm gonna give it to them. Ladies, y'all killing it tonight. I'm gonna give it to y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. I bow tonight and celebrate y'all.
Hey.
I wish I could do that Baltimore dance right now.
Don't do it. Go ahead.
That Park High strut. What?
See how we want to do this. All right. All right, let's rock. Of course, welcome to Frankly Speaking Live. My name is Frank Ray III. For those who do not know who I am, you gonna play this jump, Mark. What's up, Mark? Listen, everybody who come in, I see y'all. Everybody who has shared, thank y'all so much for sharing. Everybody who has tagged somebody, thank y'all so much for tagging people. What's up, Chris? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Kevin, what's up? Amanda, what's up? Everybody red do look good. Look, I was running behind, so I didn't have time to put no red on, but I guess the black do kind of work with the red. I guess it kind of offset, you know. I had a slight issue, transportation issue. And so yeah, but we here. You like what view? This one? Y'all like this one? Better than this one?
Nah, this one look weird.
It look weird.
It's like
it's just different because y'all.
It's different. It's mad different.
It's different, yeah. It's like
it's only like showing
y'all
like
stuck in y'all ways, man.
Change. Don't nobody like change, man. Let's change. Audience, real quick. Those of you in the comment section, tell me, do y'all like this view better of us, or do you like this one, the traditional one we've been doing? Or do you
view
like
one or view two?
This is view one. This is view one. This is view two.
Oh God, this is.
Are we taking?
This bothering me.
Tell me what y'all like.
The Asia peak.
Yeah, we doing the survey. We're doing the survey.
All right, I'm gonna look out for the numbers, dog. So I'm seeing 2.
Y'all saying yes, but what y'all's I don't know.
YouTube say 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
2.
One is
like
one is this. One is this. 2 is this.
1 traditional way, original way. That's 4 votes for 1, 3 votes for 2 on YouTube. I see 2 on Facebook.
Original. Thank you, Kristen.
I see 1, 2, 1.
Original.
It's a tie. It's a tie. Yeah, it's a tie right now.
Mo says she liked the new one. View
Mo
2.
don't count because you're not here.
View
So.
2. View 1.
Yeah, Mo. Because if you was here, it wouldn't look right.
Y'all flamed up. Y'all gonna make me pause and go put on my red shirt.
If you
Go
leave
ahead,
it like
man.
this, you got
I'm
to.
gonna give the rules
Yeah,
while
so
you're
you should
away.
do it back. You should do it back when you back in the middle with your black shirt on. Damn. So you ain't
Go
gotta
put
no red shirt.
go put your red on. I'm gonna do the rules while you're away.
He already did the rules.
All
Alright.
right, co-host.
Thank you.
View 1's traditional way. I like both, but
Thank
love
you,
the
AJ.
traditional.
It's so good to hear your
though.
voice. I wasn't with y'all last week.
View
Please
1.
already.
View 2 for the win. I really feel like it's split.
It is. It's a split vote, bro. It's a split vote.
It's a lot of
I said
ones
both
on
of them.
YouTube.
It's
Look at
not
my
me.
brother. Some both of them. Hey, Kevin. Kevin Hankins is my brother. My real brother.
All right, we gonna we'll see. All right, I think it's a tie. So since it's a tie,
Stay like
and I'm
this.
out of uniform tonight, we gonna rock like this. All right, and then next week we'll try View 2. Is that all right? All right, let's get to it. First of all, let me introduce all of my guests, all my peoples, all of my crew. Those of you who watch often, you know who these people are, but there may be some new people who don't know who everybody is. So let me introduce everybody on my top left. My top left, Dwayne Williams Jr. from Baltimore, Maryland. Up above me is Ray Baby Jones, Wholesome Love, Kevin Samuels Luther King himself. Next is Money, Mr. AMG. Next to me, on my left, on my screen, is Cleonce. On my other side, Miss Asia. Down below, Travis and Tim to round out. And then Tashiana here somewhere. She keep going in and out. So I don't know what's going on with her. But yeah, that's the crew for the night. And then we are missing Mo. Mo is out grinding. It's the holidays, and then it's been raining all day. And for the work that she does, I understand. I completely understand. So let's get to it. All right, sticky situation number 1 for tonight. Here we go. Fellas, I'm talking to y'all first. Since there's more y'all than ladies tonight, let me talk to the fella first. Let's get y'all input first, or answers first. You've been dating for 5 years. Pay attention to audience. You've been dating for 5 years. Everything is great. You are thinking about proposing. And y'all have a conversation, and the conversation consists of this. Is there anything that you need to tell me that has happened while we've been together that I do not know about before we take the next step? Is there anything that has happened since we've been together? Key context. Since we've been together, that we need to discuss, that I don't know about, that I would hate to find out about after we're married. Is there anything that has happened? And you don't have anything that has happened, but she says yes. In the first couple of months of us being together, I was juicing somebody else. But since then, it was the first 3 months we juice, and is in the 4 years and 9 months since then, I ain't juiced nobody else. I ain't talking to nobody else. That was just going on for the first 3 months. Fellas, what's your next move? You still going forward to marry her, or is it a wrap? Welcome to the Frankly Speaking Show, everybody. I need you to share, tag somebody into the conversation. It's gonna be a live one tonight. Let's rock, y'all. Whoever want to know, and just in case you don't know what juicing means, here on the Frankly Speaking live show, we have different terms that we use. Juicing is a term that we use for we're all adults, and you can figure out the context. All right, all right. So let's get to it, fellas. I'm going on mute.
I'm quick. You know what? I'm gonna say. You know what, babe? You know what? We both confessing. I've been juicing too. So let's leave the past behind us and let's just move forward. That's yeah.
Fellas, should we all just hit the gavel at Tim's comment and call it a day?
You might want to call. You might want to put my name in your phone as Barry Bonds, I probably wouldn't go into a deep confession, but you know, shit, man, I've been juicing up until when? Last week.
Boy, y'all crazy. No, for real though. Somebody give me a for real answer. If this
for real. You know, I don't think that you can really, like in the first few months. I don't think it's really. We still in transition at that point. Like we're not super exclusive. We're not super bought in the first few months of a relationship. No way. So you know, there's gonna be some residuals. Up until the point we decide to become
some residual effects. So you saying, Brody, you saying like yes, you cool, and she say that like you cool.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm cool too.
I'm cool.
Y'all cool.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. If we can put the past behind us, yeah.
Well, I think she lying.
You think she lying?
Hey, if she tell me if the conversation is exactly like you said, and it's like, hey, tell me something that I don't know that I need to know before we take this next step. If she tell me that we've been together 5 years and the first 3 months of the 5 years she was juicing somebody else, I'm gonna think it kept. I'm gonna think you just stopped this a week ago, and now you're telling me this because now I'm asking you. If I gotta ask you for that, I think it's a lie anyway.
Yo, bro, you went that far? You think she lying?
I think she lying.
Yeah.
Bro,
I don't know if I can give her that, bro.
I mean, I see the logic in it too, though, man. Yeah.
No, but
Frank,
for
5 years,
but Frank is saying. But listen to what he's saying. He's saying, Frank, the question is, anything that we did in the relationship, right, within those 5 years. So if we having that honest moment, she may not be lying.
I get what Money's saying.
Because I would now let me counter what Money is saying. I feel what Money's saying, but I do want to give a counter. Like in the first couple of months, like who said something about transition? Who said that?
Up above your head.
Ray said something about transition in those first couple of months. Like I could see where during the transition phase, something like that transpired, and she didn't do it again once she fell in love with you, once she went on with you. Now it would make for an interesting forward movement for sure. That's why I'm asking this question, because the question then becomes, well, I'm gonna let everybody talk first. Go ahead, Dwayne.
No, bro, I'm waiting for Travis. I mean, I'm gonna agree with, baby.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta kind of side with Mike. There could be a jab there. You know what I'm saying? She could be putting it out there to set you up for you to agree or to admit to something that you've done. You know what I'm saying? Something she kind of heard about and want to see if you will admit to what you did.
I would never admit though.
Absolutely not. I'm using that as leverage just in case.
No, I ain't never gonna
just in case the 6-year-old pop up next year.
That's the barrier for her to be like, okay, all right, let me say something I know that's gonna make him uneasy, so he can let his guard down and then admit to me something he did that I kind of already been assuming. I'm not going down that road.
Money. I'm surprised at you tonight, Money.
I ain't did
within 5 years. She say the first 3 months. She ain't say the last 3 months. If she said the last 3 months, I might be like, okay, she lying. She capping somewhere. She's saying we putting this card out on the table. Money. We talking about women, and I'm not. And I'm gonna give women a little bit of credit tonight. I'm not saying.
Credit on that.
I'm not saying that they don't lie, Money. I think we're in agreement here. I'm not saying that they don't lie, but most of the time they gonna probably tell the truth, right? If she's saying that this happened in 3 months, the first 3 months, Money, you saying she lying, Brody?
Bro, I'm gonna say if she go back, if we've been together 5 years and you go back to the first 3 months or something, I'm just assuming you lying. Like, just anyway. I'm not even trying to hear that.
Is it the 3 months, or is it? Are you feel like she's lying about time?
Yeah, for sure. Look, this is gonna be how you nip that in the bud. All right, cool. Hey, Money, I slept with somebody, 3 months into us dating, blah blah blah. Man, I don't want to hear all that. Let me see your phone. All right.
Hey, Money, take them cash app receipts and all this.
I don't want to hear it.
Cause she telling you 3 months when the real number probably like 36 months. Cause some fools don't believe it.
So let me clarify something, because I saw that come up in the comment section. Someone said, does it really count? Does it really count if they were not together? The context is since we've been together, not before anything was official. The context is since we've been together. So I just want to clarify that you've transitioned into a committed relationship, but evidently you still had some residuals from past stuff that you didn't let go until a little bit.
You can't just really let it go until I know she for sure. Right.
Mariah just dropped the bomb in the comments. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
What Mo say?
Mo said, and I quote, she said, if the woman give you an exact time, she lying.
Jesus. Man, I'm about to have y'all gonna make me rethink a lot of stuff tonight, Money and Mariah. I mean, maybe this is happening out there in Memphis, man, but I don't know. Listen, I don't know, man. That's a tough response. I'm gonna take a look at it. I ain't gonna say y'all lying. I'm gonna say she lying. I'm gonna say she lying, but it's one of them situations where I done did a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Ray baby rehashing.
I've done a whole lot, so I just take that one on the chin. If I feel that strongly about her to the point where we finna get married, it's one of them things where the score is so out of hand. You will never be. I mean, I've built an insurmountable lead at this point.
I want to hear what the ladies got.
Ladies. Y'all 5 years in. Y'all 5 years in, ladies. And
I want to hear what the ladies got.
The conversation has turned towards what's next for us. And you say to him, before we even think about going forward, I need you to be honest with me. I need you to be transparent. Have you been with anybody else since we've been together? He says, no. However, when we first got together, in the first couple of months, I was still messing off with somebody else. Does that change anything for you? What's your next move in the relationship?
I don't care.
It's already an assumption that you already did. That's not a question I'm going to ask.
I mean, it's kind of like this is one of those questions that it really can't be reversed, because it's kind of like women, we expect it from our men. Like, I always said this, cheating is not a deal breaker to me, because I really feel like most men will at some point. Even not in marriage. If he cheated on you when y'all was boyfriend and girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? If he entertained, and to me, cheating is anything that you would do behind your mate's back. whether he talking to somebody,
No, that ain't cheating.
you know, something like that. I think that at some point a man gonna do that. So first 3 months out of 5 years, he's done well. That's a good man. I'm gonna stay with
Done
him.
well. You gonna sit beside him.
Hey, you know what's funny about this 3-month talk though? Bro, 3 months is like the magic number for anything with relationship. You ever met a chick and you asked her when was the last time you had somebody, what she say?
Man,
3
probably about
months.
3-4 months ago.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
you know what though, y'all, as a single,
You got a point there, money. You got
no,
a
but
point.
that's like a
It's
real
always
thing. Though.
3 months, bro.
That's a real
always 3
thing. I'm single and I've been single for like a long time. And most of my little situationships last about 90 days. Because that's when you start getting tired of a person.
3 months.
Yeah, that's when you
3
start
months.
getting tired of it, or that's when the dudes stop getting tired of faking, especially if you ain't giving him none.
So check this
Like
out.
he don't
So
get
we
tired
was
of
in
faking.
so we was in a relationship for 5 years. In the first 3 months, you didn't think that much of me to not leave this nigga alone. So you just was messing with him for the first 3 months. After the 3 months, you was crazy over heels for me afterwards. Stop playing. I'm not.
But I'm gonna say this though.
Uh,
If she confessed to me that at any point in time she had somebody while we was talking, I will always have a side chick, even after we get married. I'm gonna keep something going.
What?
I'm gonna keep something going on the side because I can't trust you.
Yo, fella.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask Ray Baby this though.
Go ahead.
So, Ray, why stay? Why stay? If you say you'll never trust her again,
No.
why move forward?
Thank you, Ray. That's a great question.
I mean, because her it's something in her that I like. She may bring something to the team that I need. That's not enough for me to leave her alone. I might not trust her to this point, but she's useful.
Player, pimp to pimp.
Look, man. Me getting married is actually going to give me access to a whole nother realm of married women who like to cheat and who like to mess around. So by me, that ring is my entry. Like that's my access unto this underworld of cheaters.
Hey, can you be my spiritual father?
What?
Hey Tim, what you actually be?
Can you be my spiritual father?
Because listen, some women will only cheat with you unless you're married.
Oh, that's what we talked about. Didn't we talk about that last week? Ordained side cheeks.
Like, some women will only mess with married men. You know what I'm saying? So there's a whole lot of women who you'll think, oh no, she ain't gonna mess around. She just ain't messing around in the single community, but she getting bodied within the married community.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frankly Speaking Show. Where Ray Baby is now. What? Ray Baby?
Am I lying? Oh, am I lying?
What?
Man.
Bye, man. I'm about to have to join. How y'all say, man? Man. Bye, man.
Listen, I got boots on the ground in the married community, man. I got boots on the ground, man.
So you saying
Life changing.
But my question for real though, my question for real is, if you cannot trust a person moving forward, then why would you move forward at all?
It might be a business decision for me to get married to this. Like everybody don't marry for love. It might be a business decision for me to get married. Like
I agree with you, Ray Baby, but make it personal.
We might have some things that we're building, and it might be better if we join forces.
Hey, Ray.
Yes,
I agree with you, but make it personal. Why would you move on? Because I agree with everything you're saying about, except up into the last part. I'm only talking about like at the last 10 seconds and further, right? Why would you move on with the woman who kind of gave you that inclination? Like, hey, I did this 3 months in. Like, why would you move on?
Why would I move on with her?
Yeah.
Because it's something about her that I might not want to leave alone. Like it might be something about her that makes me want to hold on to, even though I can't trust her to this degree. She may bring other things to the table that are more valuable than somebody else out here. Like I might trust her with my finances, or she may bring a special set of skills to the table that I can't get out there.
That ain't bad though. I kind of get. I'm with that kind of.
No, I hear his heart on that. That I could get the previous stuff. I didn't know where you was going, Ray Baby. I was like,
and to Ray Baby's point, 5 years you invested. You know what I'm saying? You didn't co-sign for her car. You didn't help get her credit straight. You done cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So why you gonna put lipstick on a pig and put her back in the street? You know?
Hey, Travis.
I have polished this turd, and she gonna stay with me.
Oh my God, Travis. What if she cleaned us up?
Well, now that's different.
Cause here's my thing. Here's my thing, and this is what I'm thinking of. This is my motto, Travis. If there's something that I can dish, it's got to be something that I can take, right? And I don't know. Sometimes we're a little biased because, like, we all probably want to be like, no, I'm not taking it back if she did this in 3 months in, because that's our man pride. But in all actuality, we would expect for her to take us back if we did this 3 months in. So I'm saying, like, do they get a little bit of grace with some levels of understanding?
Well, see, here's my thing. I never said I would leave. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, 5 years, we invested. You know what I'm saying? So we are a company. We are an LLC. So welcome to Death Row, baby. You ain't going nowhere. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I let the 3 months slide because, like, that's another thing, money. You hear me? How fine
it's definitely a lie if a woman says that it's a woman. That's a lie. I think if anybody, because I feel like if we've made it to 5 years and that 3 month span of you messing off has not affected our relationship and we good and we ready to move to the next step, I wouldn't even want to ruin that when even knowing it. Like, so if he was to ask me that question, is there anything that you think I need to know? No, it isn't anything, because that was 3 months in. That was 4 some years ago. That's not going to affect us now. You know what I'm saying? So I would have never even said, oh yeah, 3 months when we got in. I would have never even said that if it was true. Like,
but why not? We can't have Frank. This shit. But why can't we have the real conversation? Because this question that Frank is asking,
it doesn't need to be had.
I disagree. If we're saying that, we're gonna start this on a clean path, and the reason why I disagree with this is because I've been in situations or relationships. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I was in 2 relationships where we had honest conversations, and I'm not at liberty to go into everything that was shared, but we had honest conversations about what happened. Because here's the thing,
but when people start, if it's not affecting where we are now at the 5 year mark of our relationship, if we happy, we got businesses together, we are thriving, we have been in a monogamous relationship, and we ready to go to the next step, it is no reason to ruin that, to share something that you don't even know nothing about that happened 4 years and 9 months ago. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever.
So here's
now we
why.
We don't need to have a hard conversation. Now we're creating a problem. You know how in school when you used to they used to teach you the assignment where you had to figure out the word that didn't belong, the sentence that didn't even need to be there in the paragraph. That's what that is. That doesn't even need to be. That don't even need to be discussed. Like, what you want to know? No. If I cheated on you and I'm pregnant with somebody, baby, then I'm sure you want to know that. You know what I'm saying? But some stuff 3 months into our relationship that was 4 years and 9 months ago, and we're in a good happy space. No,
so this is why I think that it may be important to come clean, because number one, warning normally comes before destruction.
I'm gonna stand right behind you, Frank, on this.
Normally you get opportunities to be honest within the confines of anything, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. You get opportunities to be honest somewhere in there, or come clean, or a door's open for you to share something that you never shared. And when it's specifically asked and you deny it, was done in the dark always got a way of coming to the light.
Always.
So
But that wasn't the
the
question.
the reason I would be hesitant not to be honest if that was coming up and we're talking about going into marriage is because if it comes up again somehow, some way, which stuff that's done in the dark normally does come up one way or the other, then it's a whole nother other thing once we've advanced past this moment in time where you had an opportunity to come clean and you did not. It may
Bingo.
be something different down the road. That's just my 2 cents.
I agree with that to a certain extent. Like, I need to know, like, because how my logic is, if that was the first 3 months of our relationship and thus far we have had this great, amazing relationship. Now, if it's been infidelity and cheating or other stuff, a whole bunch of mess going on, a toxic relationship in between that time and then 5 years later. But the question was, is there anything you think I should know that would affect this? No. I don't think that will affect us because that
right.
Did y'all not just hear Frank? Did y'all not just hear Frank example? Maybe I'm illiterate today. Let me slap myself. Maybe I'm illiterate today. Maybe I'm just stupid today.
What's done in the dark?
Did you just not hear what he just said?
What I'm saying is what's done in the dark will come to the light. I just don't think that something happened 3 months into our relationship is something that's done in the dark come to the light. Like,
so let's say you in the supermarket. Let's say y'all just in the supermarket. It's 6 years in. Y'all done been in the 5-year relationship. The 6th year y'all get married, and you just got somebody who who just in their bitter feelings. Like they ain't happy about him moving on. They ain't happy. They ain't happy. That's what he's saying. So if you're in the market 6 years in and this dude or this woman come up to you like, yeah, I know you are happy and stuff now, but we slept together like when y'all first got together. My thing is, even if she said, and y'all are saying, well, a couple other women are saying, so what? And I appreciate y'all for saying so what, and I applaud you for saying that. But we're not talking about the 2 women that's on the stage. We're talking about the universe of women, that every woman doesn't handle that situation in the same light. And it could present a problem moving forward where a woman might go ham just because.
I mean, then you dealing with the wrong woman anyway. Y'all don't even talk about
I can't say that, y'all. I can't say that. I'm going to tap out to this one. I'll wait till the next one.
I just don't think that is something detrimental to our relationship if we 5, 6 years in and married now.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Got together. Like that's really an irrelevant conversation. We looking for problems.
I'm gonna be honest.
For a reason not to get married. Like we want to volunteer some BS to our relationship. Now we mad right now. What we gonna do? What's the point?
I'm gonna be honest. I would be so dismissive to that. Like, look, I'm not finna talk about nothing that happened 5 years ago. It don't matter. We wasn't serious at that point. Next question. If you want to dig deeper and get mad, that's on you. If you want to throw away what we got because you got something that's bugging you from 5 years ago, then go right ahead.
But oh my God, we were together 5 years ago. He cheated on me the first 3 months of our relationship. I can't take this.
Build a bridge and get over it.
Okay, who cares? Whatever. You ain't doing it no more. So that's all that matters to me. And then it never. I never found out. It never came to me. You know what I'm saying? I had to ask you. I'm digging and prying for information. Like this. What couple want to sit and have that conversation anyway right before you get married? Like that don't make sense to me.
You should have that conversation when you start getting serious,
right?
And that's like before year 1 or around. You know what I mean? Like that don't matter in 5 years when you're about to get married.
So does it mean that we could do whatever we want in the relationship so long as we keep it from our partner and they don't know and they don't find out?
Yeah. It's so good to have you here. Yes.
No,
I love it.
That ain't what I'm saying at all. This is the thing. I'm staying down on the question. It's 3 months in the relationship. That's what we talking about. 3 months in. Now, if you was cheating on me the first 2 years, then I got a problem. That's different.
First 2 years don't really count.
Yes, it do. First 2, that's a long time. When you in the first 3 months of a relationship, you typically don't even know if this gonna be something that's gonna last anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You still got a little lingering because who ain't talking to nobody? You got somebody lingering around, somebody still texting, somebody still checking up on you until they realize, you know what? Clee for real deal with this dude. Let me go ahead and leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? And that's typically comes about almost a year into something when everybody started falling off and realizing, okay, she's serious about who she with, or he's serious about who he's with. I know.
Clee, I agree with Clee. Clee, right? Because I ain't never met a woman that was long. It was
Just because
always
she got
somebody.
somebody, I ain't gonna leave her alone. She gotta end it. I ain't gonna stop and say, "Oh, she with somebody."
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Until she quit messing with you, after she 3 months in with her new dude, she gonna go ahead and let you go, Ray baby. Like, oh, he's for real over here. Ray baby still playing. So yeah, I was hitting it for a little while, but you know what? I'm over here with, you know what I'm saying, money now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time for that.
Asia, I'm gonna say my last point. Asia and Clee, I don't disagree with you guys saying, hey, I don't care, right? But I'm gonna give you a point of reference for my own life. I did something before I met two women. Like I did something before I met two women that kind of put me in a criminal background state, right? And people were walking up to my ladies like, hey, did he tell you he did this in his past? And luckily, prior to getting into relationships with them, I told them, because regardless of what we say on this stage about when it happened, how it happened, I'm not worried about it. Personally, you wouldn't. And I applaud any person that wouldn't. And those ladies weren't. But because I was honest up front,
that's a different thing.
Because it's the same.
You off the question though.
No, it's the same thing. Because no, we're getting stuck at the. Hold on, we getting stuck at the time frame. But the question is, they're saying you getting listen before you talk. We getting stuck at the time frame. We getting stuck at 3 months, and the question is not about 3 months. We use that as an example. We brought 3 months in. He said, Frank said, the question said, if there was anything you've done in 5 years of us being together, would you be honest about it now? Money said 3 months. So when we look at the question, the question is, what have you done in 5 years? Come on, let's work this brain we got up here. When you talk about what you've done in 5 years, the person says, yo, in the first 3 months of this 5-year relationship, I slept with somebody. I'm saying I applaud you women for saying I'm not worried about it. But unfortunately, we can't say that about everybody. And I'm not saying that every woman gonna go off the tripping spree. I'm saying, yo, I think it's cool to be honest, so that way nothing can haunt you later on with some dumb stuff that just really don't even really matter.
Okay, let me ask this one question, Frank. On that question, on the end of the question, did it say what's something that you think that I need to know before we go pay? Was that part in there?
So the question was within 5 years, and the answers were both from both people, male and female, that it happened within the first couple of months. Okay, the question was within the totality of the 5 years.
Okay, it was a totality of 5 years.
And but both answers was
what I'm
in
saying.
The first
but
couple
I'm
of months.
asking the question after that, because you had said something right after that. You said that I need to know. Is there anything that you've done
correct
in the last 5 years that I need to know?
Correct.
When you put that I need to know at the end, then no, it ain't nothing you need to know.
So we're basically on the Mario Winans. I don't want to know if you plan to keep it on the low.
If you're playing me, not if you played me 3 months into our relationship.
For me, it doesn't work, because 3 months or 4 months or 4 years into it, like, yeah, the distance the time frame might make it seem a little different, but that's not a matter of time. That's a matter.
So what is it going to do?
That's not a matter of time, Cleonce. That is a matter.
What is it going to change, Tashiana?
And your integrity. So that's your answer, your opinion. You don't want to know.
What is it going to change? What I'm
saying is it's a matter of your integrity. So the very fact that not only were we in a relationship, we weren't dating, we weren't kicking it, we were in a relationship the first 3 months of our interaction. And then it's not even like you made this choice and then you came out and told me this is only coming about because I came to you and said, is there anything that I need to know? To me, at this point, I'm questioning your integrity. And at what length, because I'm very much.
The only reason why you're questioning my integrity is because you asked me a question.
Years. That's what I'm looking at. All of those
things. You can't question my integrity if you ask me a question, then I tell you the answer. But
that is ridiculous. If I steal a cookie out of the cookie jar and you don't tell me and I ask you, then you can't tell me, well, you can't question my integrity. But you gonna leave though. That's the question I get. That's the question I want to know. You gonna leave though? Because you ain't gonna leave. So what's the point? Why do I need to know you cheated on me? Cheat is not a deal breaker for you. What did I need to cheat? But I'm saying, if your man, if you got a man that you've been with for 5 years and you in love, and you love this man, he want to marry you, and he tell you about some shit he did 4 years and 9 months ago, you breaking up with him? Now, if it's not an STD or a child that came with it.
Women never leave the first few times a man cheat.
That's not true.
What's the point? If it ain't no baby or no STD that came from that cheat, that incident he happened, guess what? What the end of that question said that I need to know. No, I don't need to know that. I don't want to know.
Yeah,
I don't need to know that.
Clean is more realistic.
It's not an STD and it ain't no baby. And it ain't my sister. It ain't my best friend or somebody that I hang with all the time. And it's just some girl you was dealing with in your past. I don't care nothing about that. If
being with somebody who's dishonest works for you, that's cool. And I might be the only one on the stage. That doesn't work for me.
It's not about being dishonest. At the end of the day, he been honest for 4 years and 6 months. He's a changed man. I don't care what he did 4 years and 9 months ago. You know what I'm saying? He's a changed man. He been faithful for me the last 4. And he's gonna be faithful going forward. Hey, baby, we good.
Okay, hold on, Clee. Okay, hold on, Clee.
Get off.
Asia, I would love to hear your input on this. What's up?
I mean, I'm with Clee. I'm not necessarily gonna say that I'm gonna lie. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you because it's something you want to know. But I'm not gonna omit information. But I will say that's not a conversation you need to have at year 5 if it happened back then. Like, I'm not gonna come to you and ask you unless I suspect that you are currently cheating. I'm not about to ask you something you did when we first started talking because that's irrelevant. Why it feels like why are we talking about getting married, but we're gonna go back to the past and talk about something you did?
Well,
like you said, 4 years ago.
I think we've kind of gotten off the question.
Clee, you got what? You
hold on, Clee. Hold on.
Hold on. Like that. Be nice in the comments.
Hold on.
You don't need some whatever my standards.
Hold on. Thank you.
Don't play.
So the original question was, Lord, I'm about to cuss. The original question was not anything about the first couple of months. The original question is, within these 5 years, it could have been the last 3 months. The person who's asking the question doesn't know when it was. They're just asking the question. So they're not going back to the past. They're saying within these 5 years. They didn't specify a timeline or date or anything. They just say 5 years. It just so happens that both people are saying within the first couple of months. So nobody is going back to the as we've gotten off of talking about the time frame.
Okay, so maybe
like that was the question.
I didn't understand the question because what I thought the question was. You asked that y'all asked say is anything within the 5 years that you think I need to know before we go forward?
Okay, stop right there. So that's the question.
Okay,
that's the question.
But the scenario was the first 3 months. Yeah, the scenario.
No, that wasn't the scenario. That was the answer.
That's what I'm saying.
Hang on.
That was the answer.
The question that was posed to us is the scenario, not just the question is if somebody came to you and said anything happened in 5 years. We didn't cut it off there because we're saying the whole scenario is the question to us.
Yes, right. But now y'all are going into why go way back to the first couple of months when that wasn't the question.
Then after that you said then both parties answered yes
in the first couple of months. Yes,
the first 3 months. You said 3 months. We can play it back. Of the relationship, I was juicing somebody else. Then at the end, you said, would you leave? What would you do?
Right.
So I'm answering, what would I do if there was the response that I got?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
But the answers have been inclusive of the timeline. Why are we talking about the first 3 months? We're talking about the whole 5 years.
Next scenario.
Okay. Yeah, you missing the whole 5. Yeah, you said the whole
Yeah.
5 minutes, and at the end you
Yes.
said that I need to know, and then
Correct.
you gave a response.
You are. So let me talk for a minute. So this is what I'm saying. So since we don't want to listen, let me help.
Trap.
I said within the first 5 years. Ain't nobody talking about the first 3 months. That's the answer. So we're not. The person who's asking the question is not going back to the first couple of months. That's their answer. All right, that's their answer. Cool.
They want to know at any given time.
Yeah. Like they not saying.
This go out to all of y'all.
Hey, tell me where you from without telling me where you from. I like this though.
Clean Tashianago.
We ain't got an internet problem. We got axed.
I had to pour me some yak, boy. Shoot, y'all tripping.
Travis, it was your fault.
We're gonna bring him back, man. He had to...
All right, so let's go to the next game. Tashi on the back, Clee left.
This some good Turkey Hill. That was a great question, Frank, by the way.
Which is cool.
Clee's internet went out as soon as mine came back.
No, she left.
Nah, she just probably left because I put off the show in the back room. Because I said, let me see, I'm gonna be clear on why I did it. I said, hold on several times. She kept talking. I said, wait several times. She kept talking.
Sister, cousins, and
so you went in the back room and left.
Seconds.
Which is cool. Anyway, next subject. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Dear Stan and T-Bomb, my husband has an issue with me going to our neighbor's house to get into his hot tub from time to time. And I do not understand what the issue is. Our neighbor has a huge home with a nice hot tub on his back patio, and I love it. He always invites me and my husband to come over and get in the hot tub, but my husband never wants to go. So I leave him at home and I go. My husband says that I do not need to be over there with another man in a hot tub and that it is inappropriate. I'm not over there allowing him to touch me or anything like that, but it's fun and I enjoy it. I don't look at our neighbor in a sexual way at all. And yes, he is overly friendly and my husband doesn't like that part, but that's the way he is with everyone and I don't pay it any mind. I don't want to keep arguing with my husband, but unless he has a better reason other than the fact that it makes him uncomfortable, then I'm going to go and get in the hot tub. I'm not cheating. I am having a fun time. Yes, our neighbor is single and he's rich, which is why I feel my husband is against me going over there. He is secretly being a hater. Stan, what do you think about this?
I think
I don't want to excuse the panel, but he gives
Amber Bullock.
So yeah, let's talk about it.
What Tyler Perry say 1-800
Hey yo, can you give me more clarity on that? Like, cause I didn't understand the whole scenario.
Do I need to play it again?
No, don't play it again. Just tell me, cause I don't want to hear her talk again. So just.
All right, so there's a lady who is married.
Mm-hmm.
She has a neighbor who has a fancy hot tub, obviously. Her husband, the lady who is married, her husband does not desire to go to their neighbor's house to get into the hot tub, but she does.
Mm.
Despite his plea
Disapproval.
or disapproval that no, I'm not good with you going to our neighbor's house to get into the hot tub, she goes anyway.
Mm.
This guy's single. Has money that they said, and also she said that she thinks her husband is just hating because he is single, because he does have money. So and she said that unless he can give me a better reason other than I just shouldn't be over there, then I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
You go
May I
ahead,
go
Travis.
before my internet goes out?
Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just think she's raggedy. It's a no. Like, what do you mean? My husband got to give me a better reason. Are you crazy? That's just so stupid. Has to be a joke. It's a no, sis. You're wrong.
Hey,
You're out
hey,
of somebody said
it's
you're
not a
out
joke.
of order.
It's not a joke. This the world we live in. It's not a joke. This the world we live in. Go ahead. Go ahead, Travis. Before I eat this up, go ahead.
I mean, I thought I was pretty clear on my stance. You know, Uncle Joe said call 1-800 choke there. What you mean I'm hating? Because I want my wife. I don't want my wife to be half naked in front of another man, rich or not. I don't care. No, if I say no, this makes me feel some type of way because a single man invites my married wife to sit in his hot tub. Come on, man. This ain't an Olympic-sized pool. This is a hot tub that seats between 6 and 8. So that means it's gonna be some foot rubbing and some touching and nah. I almost cussed, bro, Frank. There's a lot of cussing going on tonight. I got to cuss.
Oh, trust me, the words were spooling up in my mind, but you know, got to be like Reverend Frank today. That's the most dumbest thing I ever heard of. The most dumbest. The fact that you made a comment talking about he got more money than me was disrespectful. The fact. Let me get out of this before I say something crazy. Tim, I'm crazy. Like, what are we talking about here?
And she said, yes, he is over friendly. And my husband doesn't like that.
Like, what are we talking about here? What? Like,
what did she want him to say? Like, yeah, go ahead and get in the hot tub.
Thank you. you know this the world we live in. This the world we live in.
I think that she knows she got a weak man. And she pretty much walk all over him, which is his fault. You got to know your personnel before you get married. This ain't her first time putting her foot down on what he can't tell her what to do. Like this is a weak man who.
That's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted. That's what
because the alpha man was too much for her. Because the alpha man would have hit her with with this right here. Y'all remember this from the movie?
But you know what?
The alpha man
think about? This makes me think about.
You better find yourself. You better find yourself.
That we talked about, and I think it was like money. A lot of the men talked about this, and it's like, well, if I can't protect you in some place, right, you don't have any business going. And that's just a bad situation waiting to happen, because as soon as this man does something that you don't like, who you going to be looking for to check him? And then you didn't put yourself in this situation. I just think it's raggedy all around. This is like the epitome of like what women are guilty of doing sometime, which is, oh, we want to do it our way. And then when it doesn't work out, we want somebody to come and save us. And that's
what is your Cash App tonight?
You're so funny. Awful. But it's because you're putting, yourself and your dude in a vulnerable situation. And this is, to me, like a prime example of that. I don't even understand.
And if anybody call her a simp or anything, I'm going to come for y'all tonight because she preaching the truth. What is your Cash App tonight?
Oh,
it's getting blessed.
Don't worry about it. I got called Pick Misha.
No, yeah, if they call you a pick anything, I'm going to rip you apart in these threads. Okay. And Frank ain't going to have me back on the show. And I'll do it. Better check that Baltimore record. I'll do it. I will rip. You are talking the truth tonight. This is the problem in our society right now. Don't ever get me wrong. Let me be fair in my conversation. Women, I applaud you. I honor you because for years we as men have done some things, and I've been a part of those things that have not necessarily been right towards women, right? I applaud you. But some of this stuff that I'm seeing in society now from women, it's out of control. The fact that you think it was cool when to go to a hot tub that your husband don't hear me and don't try to call him, oh, he mad because he got money, because this the part that killed me, right? The minute we lay down a structure that's like, hey, no, this offends me, or this isn't right, it's, oh, you weak, or you jealous, or you mad, or you this. But the minute you say something to us, we got to change it expeditiously. And hear me, I'm not one that's like, hey, heavy on the man, low on the woman, heavy on the woman, low on the man. No, I'm heavy on equality for all, right? And so my thing is this, I feel like we live in this world now where women want this level of control in their relationships, and they don't want to be checked either. They don't want to. They don't want to be checked. It's like, let me do what I want to do. Yeah. I'm coming tonight. I'm turning every corner. Let me do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you just gonna have to take it because I'm the prize. No, you might be the prize, but you're gonna have some respect. You might I'm on one, Tim. You might be the prize, but you're gonna have some respect. And if you ain't got no respect, you're gonna find your way out that door. I rest my case.
So at this point, the reason why she's saying this is because she's now being facetious and petty. She's not just saying this because she lost respect for you at some point, and so now she's trying.
She never had respect for him.
Okay, we won't talk about that. That's a whole, we don't know their relationship. What I'm saying is, when a woman gets like this and she being petty, it's something that has happened, and now she's being facetious and she's trying you at this point. Because ain't no way no woman is gonna walk up to her husband and say, "I'm going to go sit in his hot tub," and then call you out your name or tell that you ain't got no money. Like that scenario sounds
she
like
never had respect for this man.
She
never had respect for this man to walk up to him. That wasn't her first time trying to stunt like this. She's never had respect for this guy to even pull a stunt like this anyway. She's not being facetious. I think she's just being what she is, you know. Like, she got a weak man. She knew what she was doing. She knew how to pick him. And she got somebody she can walk over. I mean, women do it all the time.
But it's the conversation behind it, though. I get her doing it, yes, is a lack of respect. But it's the conversation that she having with him behind it, talking about how he's not a rich man. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with you sitting in a hot tub, girl.
Ain't got nothing to do with you sitting there. Just get out. Just get out and go home.
Really, in any space.
Go sit in the bathtub with a ring around it.
Go sit with a ring around it.
Go sit in the bathtub with a ring around it.
What you say, Tasha?
I said, I don't think you should be in any space like that. You have a husband. Like, you don't need to be on this man's porch in the hallway with him. Like, that's just inappropriate. It's inappropriate. And it's like the thing that we often hear as women that men say. It's like the main thing that men, I'm hearing anyways, that I gather that men are caring about is other men having open access to your woman, regardless of, you know, if you're dressed appropriately or not. Just the mere fact that he has this, why are you sitting on his porch? Girl, you don't have a hot tub yet? Run a bubble bath. I don't know. Do Uber Eats if you want the hot tub that bad and your man can't have one. I just think that's so dumb. And why would you even do that with someone who seemingly, at least on paper, she's talking about he's rich, that could kind of like son your husband? I think that's so raggedy. I think it's super raggedy.
I mean, in 2022, what is inappropriate? What is appropriate? Because the lines seem very blurred on what appropriate or inappropriate is now.
When you say not in the hallway, Legacy Mama, what do you mean not in the hallway? Because I was trying to figure out that piece.
I just basically mean there's really, for me, no scenario, no location. It's not, oh, it's a hot tub, so it's cool. Or it's on his boat, so it's cool. Like these experiences, you don't need to be in a literal hallway. You don't need to be in a port. You don't need to be anywhere. You have a whole husband and you hanging out with a single man. Right. And this is another thing that people may not feel and agree, but this is how I was when I was married. I don't really think that women who are married, and I'm obviously not married right now, but women who are married should be spending a significant amount of time with, you know, single women, unless unless you have friends who really respect your marriage and the dynamic and how that goes. Just because single people have a different set of priorities. Single people get to move very differently than married people. But again, that's just my opinion.
I kind of disagree with this. Bring that back, Frank. The uncomfortable. So I get where Madam K is going, but I slightly disagree with that, right? Because when we look at humanity can be uncomfortable with a lot of things. And if you're dealing with an insecure person, they can make everything uncomfortable. Right. So I get where she is, because she's talking about a healthy person. But if the person is not healthy, everything can be uncomfortable to them, especially if they have a level of low self-esteem and insecurities, right?
Agreed.
For me, inappropriate is going to be something that you wouldn't want done to yourself, right? So if I'm a woman, I wouldn't want my man to go sit in the hot tub of a single woman. Like, it's one thing if she gone and was like, oh yeah, y'all can use the hot tub while I'm gone. Oh, okay. That's a different ball game. But she being there and he just keep going over there sitting there, like, I don't care even if you never did anything on me. It just you gotta be careful with that, right?
Right. It's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope. Yeah, my pastor would love you, man. He loves saying that, the slippery slope stuff. He loves saying that.
I'm anointed.
Yeah, you are anointed, baby. You are anointed. So I don't think it's necessarily anything that makes your partner feel uncomfortable, because if your partner is suffering with low self-esteem or identity crisis, everything will make them feel uncomfortable.
Agreed.
I think it's a matter of, and I know we don't like these words in 2022 and 2023,
Accountability.
it's a matter of right and wrong. And I know we don't know, we act like we don't know what right and wrong is, but come on, let's y'all, come on. It's time for us to grow up. Like, right is, when the boundaries of the interaction has become inappropriate, right? That if I'm a married man, I think that you can interact with a single woman, especially if it's on the terms of business, work, stuff like that, and keep it professional. Keep it, strictly about what it's about, right? And y'all may even joke if you coworkers, but when those lines have crossed, because now it's a little bit of flirting, now it's a little bit of this. And so I think we just got to go back to what's right and what's wrong. And I think we know that. We don't need to kind of keep going back to, like, it's uncomfortable. So,
but Dwayne, when you say that right and wrong is that's even subjective.
In 2022, it is. Sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, people were raised different. People believe different. People move different. That's the difficulty in bringing two worlds together. That like, what's right and wrong? Like you might think it's right to whoop your children. They might think that's wrong.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So I think even when we say right or wrong, that's a very subjective matter within itself when it comes to bringing two people together from two different worlds that didn't grow up around each other. So I think that's what makes these conversations so poignant and so difficult to discuss at the same time.
I think that's why we should focus on, what I like to refer to as workability. Because, can you point to right? I mean, you guys have said it. Can you point to wrong? You can't. It doesn't exist in physicalness like how we're sitting here. So I think if you find workability through effective communication, then you understand. Because the other piece is, once you start telling somebody you're wrong, especially if this is like what I grew up on, or, I got this from Mima and Pawpaw and I love them so much, it's almost like you're telling me that they're wrong. So now my listening it's almost turned off. But when you start talking about finding workability and what's going to work for us in our relationship today in 2022, when you have all these different influences, then I just think that we get to hear one another better. And I know that's for me. Like, when somebody starts trying to tell me my way of doing something is wrong, like, I'm probably not going to hear you. I start to shut down a little bit.
So boundaries. I guess we can dive into that for a minute. We got about 20 minutes left. Boundaries, fellas. Do you have it? I know it's been mentioned. Tatiana mentioned single girlfriend. As far as your lady, the woman that you're with, what are some boundaries or things that you feel like is inappropriate for your woman to be doing with another man or with her girlfriends, period?
In the hot tub with them. The whole. See, bro, I kill my mouth closed because we in the same family. You know how this go. So they always told us, you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And I was listening to that, and not to backtrack, man, but I didn't say nothing about it. I really think that video it had to been a joke, bro. Ain't no way I'm believing that this was real. I know some other podcasters ain't as authentic as us, so they have to make up stories to make it seem as if something just to get clickbait. Bro, it's no way I'm believing a woman. Now, I know they out here doing it, but there's no way I'm thinking that's the case. And if that is true, then is the late great Kevin Samuel said,
The late great. I
Come
like
on,
the
that.
late great,
Quote him, Doc. Quote him.
bro, you buy you a dog and die alone.
That's it.
Because there's no
I
way
don't know
you
about
can
that.
think.
He kind of died on the white woman, man. You
Straight
know.
up, look, it's no way you could think that logic is gonna work with any man.
Right.
The disrespect, the belittling, the all kind of ways that she had, like, bro, there's no way you think that. But I had to get that out of the way. Boundaries, just this money speaking. Just I think you would have to know me to understand what my answer means when I say this. Just don't play with me, man. Just don't play with me. And that means a multitude of things. Just don't.
Well,
If
tell
you
us some
think,
of them, yo. Tell us some of them.
I can tell you like this. If you think it's gonna make me react or get out my bag, just don't play with me. Just don't make it go there because I'm telling y'all, I ain't. My God love me, but I ain't all the way there. You know how you talked about you know what I'm saying? You can't you gotta be able to dish what you can take.
Right,
Bro,
right.
I can't take nothing. I
Right,
can't
right,
take
right.
nothing. I ain't going for nothing. I just can't. So
Yeah.
I just do
But you don't
not
dish
play.
it though.
If- I'm bad at that. Don't look, just
I was wondering, was he gonna say it?
I was wondering if he was gonna be honest about it.
just do not play. Like I'm not gonna play with you. Don't play with me. If it's gonna go up, just do not play with me. That'll be my
Agreed.
yeah.
Fellas, I want to ask y'all this. Let's better refine this question. It's gonna seem real biased, but it's an age old saying. Can ladies do what the men do and still be a lady?
No. Absolutely not.
You know Ray Baby was gonna say that.
Absolutely not.
Ray Baby, why?
Can I say something? Can I say something before he
Talk to me.
All right, so I'm gonna say absolutely not, and then I'm gonna say that's like saying that's like saying flipping the question and saying, can a man do everything a woman can do and still be a man? No, I'm not believing it.
Right.
It ain't even got nothing to do with gender roles. It's got everything to do with I'm a man, you're a woman. I cannot do everything a woman does and still be looked at amongst my peers as a man. No way.
Right.
No way, bro. No way.
Asia, Tashiana, why do women in general, from what I hear, it's a common phrase now that men do it. Why we can't do it? Men do this. What's wrong with us doing this? What's up with this logic? Do you agree with the logic, or I mean, just let's dive into that for a minute.
I don't necessarily agree with the logic because I think that we do different things very well and we shouldn't be trying to mix and mingle. But I think that women say it too because we've always been looked at as the inferior gender, meaning that it's certain things we can't do because we're women. And it's not like intentional. I don't think a lot of people say it that way, but it's like if somebody come to you or come to a woman and say, if you want to be a doctor, you can do it. If you want to be an athlete, you can do it. And it's the connotation of you're inferior, meaning that men do it all the time. But let me remind you, as a woman, you can do it. So it's not meant to come off as bad, but it does. So we have to come back and say, well, if men can do it, then I can do it too, almost in relation to what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's relevant, when it does come to career and those types of things. I think that the challenge is we've blurred the lines as to where that stops, right? So I'm all for women getting paid what they're worth and all of these other things. But then I also say on the other side of the coin, it doesn't matter what role you hold in your organization, your business. When you come home, you're not a man. And I think a lot of women, they don't understand that. And I'll talk to so many women who are like, well, I have, this going on as far as their money, their credit, their career. why can't I get a man? And it's like, because you don't understand. Most men, and at least the type of man that I want, that I'm attracted to, they don't desire for you to be equal. They'll still respect you and honor. And that's why I say that all the time. In that regard, I can't relate, because I don't want to be equal to a man. I don't have that idea at all. I want to be treated. I want to be treated fairly. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I mean, and I can agree with what Ray Baby says, because I mean, there's definitely exception to a rule. There's some women who can do certain things and move certain ways similar to a man, and maybe it doesn't affect them, at least not on the surface. But I just think because we are wired different, we can do it, but it's like it'll have our chest hurting. It's kind of the same thing, you know, for men. So I don't know why women say that in a, you know, outside of, you know, career, and like Asia said, like, hey, you could be anything you want to be. But I almost want to say, like, with the caveat of accept a man, because everybody has their role. And I think that when anything gets out of order, it doesn't work. That's just, you know, my philosophy on that.
I don't think that women and men are created equal anyway. So there's no way a woman can be equal to a man. We were created equally, but just the reality of it, we are not created equal. You know, women have a certain skill set. We have a certain skill set. When in regards to how women try to move around in these streets, like men, they can do it, but they're not going to be able to sustain that kind of lifestyle for an extended amount of time. They're not built for that, you know, because the emotional side, I mean, there's some women who mimic behavior, but mimicking behavior is not acting like a man. It's like you're trying to emulate what men do, but we can do certain things without thinking. A woman has to really get to a certain place where she's going against her. Just by nature, they're different. By nature, they react in relationships different. We process information differently. We move around differently. So I don't think that women can do the things that men do, and we can't do the things that they do. So we're not created equal in a sense. We're not. Just the reality of it.
Yeah. Tim, you look like you had something you wanted to add to that. What's that?
I was just trying to see where he was going with the created equal part.
We're not.
I don't know what that means. I mean, I get what you're saying. Sometimes I think, you know, which we use the day we live in today, and we try to blend it in with creation. And I just think each his own. Like, you just got to know who you're dealing with. You got to know whoever you're dealing with. You got to know the weaknesses and the strengths, regardless of you're equal or not. One is going to be more powerful or more strong in an area that you're not. So you got to be able to let them operate in their strength, and not saying like, oh no, we ain't equal, I'm the man. I can't stand a man like that. Like if my woman if she's strong with money, if she's strong with business, and I got my strength, I'm gonna let her go ahead and do her thing, because that's still gonna bring it back on me, make me look good. And that's what a lot of men, you know, they scream this whole submission stuff so much, it gets on my nerve. Like, why would she submit to you and you a bad steward? You can't even handle money. Why would she submit to you? You get what I'm saying? So you got to be able to say submission is, I know you good at this, even though we playing with the submission.
And mean one to another.
Yes.
Right. I mean, I don't think that there are a demographic of guys who scream submission, but I don't think that any man that goes about his business is ever worried about a woman submitting to him. Like, we don't ever have to have this conversation about submission.
But men struggle submitting to women.
I have to disagree with Tim on that one, because most wise men have no issue with submitting to women in the proper areas. Just like
in the proper areas.
You see what I'm saying?
Can we use another word? Can we use
Example you just
surrender?
gave.
No, we
The
gotta use
example you just
submission.
gave
We
was
gotta
perfect
use
though.
submission.
Yeah,
Like, if
that word
you're-
is.
No, I mean it is what it is. The Bible say that submit one to another.
Is he talking to husband and wives?
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. And so I think any wise man who has a woman that is better with money, better at saving money, better at distributing money than he is, then he wouldn't mind turning that over to her if he's wise.
That's what he have to deal with.
Yeah, a woman who is a better nurturer of the children. I'm sure. I mean, there's so many things. It's so many things. Better at organization, better at scheduling than he is. Better at creating itineraries for trips. Like, it's so many things that women offer that I believe a wise man wouldn't mind submitting to at all. That's just. Are you saying something different, Ray?
Absolutely not. I agree with that.
Hey Frank, could you be with a woman that make more money than you?
Yes.
You see how he asked it all gentle? Yo,
Yeah.
for real though, Tim, to answer your question, I mean, that's the kind of the society that we live in. That's why I think there is a difference between breadwinner and head of household. Right. Now,
That's
you
good.
know, some people teach it a little differently per the Jewish culture, right, or the Hebrew culture, and kind of like the breadwinner was the head of household. Mm-hmm. But I think in the 2022 context, there's kind of a separation here, right? Because I believe I'm only speaking specifically to African American men and women. I believe that there is a upsurge in African American women that even if they meet a man and like he doing okay, he's doing good, like he ain't doing bad, he's striving, he working, you know, he got some things going, that there's probably a upsurge of black women that will probably be making 20, 30, 40, 50K more than the dude that they would, depending upon like what levels of field of work they're in. So I wonder if it's something that black men can get used to, where she may be making more, but it doesn't decrease our value in the relationship.
Cause see, if we subscribe to that, then black men as a whole really have no hope, because on a man to woman basis, just by women outnumbering men, number one. I mean, if women can only date or only marry those men who make more than them,
it's gonna be a problem.
They gonna be sharing a man.
Man.
They gonna be
gonna be a
sharing
problem.
a man.
What you say, Ray, baby?
They gonna be sharing a man.
what you say, Asia? What you
I
say, Asia?
agree. Everybody gonna have the same man.
Yeah. And so I think
Asia
what
funny.
Dwayne is saying is very relevant for where we are. I think with the right woman on your side that makes more than you, then if whatever you put in her hands multiplies, then if you are also creative, then I think the right woman would be patient with you until you come up to where she is or surpass her. And I think the right woman for a man who makes less than her in today, she would have to be willing to kind of do what men used to do back in the day. Like, you have to be willing to mold and push, but he got to have it within himself too. Now.
But Frank,
he can't be lazy.
But Frank, can I just? I agree with you, bro. But can I just get us to think a little differently in context of this in 2022? And here's my point, and I'm gonna shut up. I don't believe that marriage was looked at as from a two individuality kind of point. I think that it was looked at from a team point. I thank God for Michael Jordan. I never played with him. I thank God for my favorite player, Kobe Bryant. Never played with him. Saw him play like 5 times, twice in LA and then in Washington, D.C., right? I thank God for LeBron. But those jokers don't win without the rest of the team. I think our perspective about marriage has to change, because it really isn't about who makes more or who makes less. It's about do we both have the same passion? Do we both have the same desire to go after more? I told somebody the other day, I said, there's nothing wrong with being content. There's everything wrong with being complacent, right? Because contentment speaks to the fact that I'm okay right now, but I'm still pursuing more. Complacency speaks to the fact that I'm not even trying to look for more, right? I'm this way I'm going to stay. So I think that if we started looking at marriage from a team perspective, then I recognize that everybody's pulling their weight. And maybe my weight as the man is that I may be taking care of the kids. I may be bringing my $60K into the household. I may be cooking, all of the meals. It doesn't lessen my value because I haven't stuck to kind of like the world's traditions that we created for years, because we're seeing it happen. We're seeing men who have become influencers and content creators that are making money, and they probably are making a little bit more than their wives, but they're home with the kids all day, right? So I think we've got to be open to the word teamwork instead of like this individuality of like, well, I'm the greatest because I brought this, or I'm the greatest because I brought that.
Yeah, that's where that 50-50 come in at. Or
no, don't put that on that. I don't want to put that 50-50 on that, because you start talking that.
No. I'm saying like the mentality of that is what's making us miss. You provide this, I provide. This is your role to provide that. Then I provide that. We earn it. That's good.
I got so many questions, but I'll ask next week.
I already know.
Money, you want to call me?
Well, we in the last 2.5 minutes. Go ahead, cuz you wanna go.
No. It'll be too much. It'll be too much.
All right, we'll dive into it next week. We'll talk about it in the group chat.
Frank, you okay, Frank?
Oh, I'm great.
Okay. I want you to be a little distorted after.
Oh, you gotta know me to know I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anybody last words?
I have a last word. Happy birthday to myself. This is my 43rd birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ray baby.
Happy birthday, man.
43.
Happy birthday, beloved.
I'm climbing on up the ladder. Trying to give me a little something about 25.
Look, you Tim and Frank close to each other.
Yeah. I'm still
No, I'm not. What?
I'm joking, yo. I'm joking, Ray. I'm joking, Ray. I'm joking.
I'm not 40 nothing.
Hey, Ray, baby, you and Tim close, baby. Y'all close.
I thought it was about 65.
Well, happy birthday to Ray, baby. We certainly appreciate you spending your birthday with us tonight.
Tricked off earlier and came on home,
You got to start about 6.
Yeah.
Man, listen, shout out to everybody. Shout out to those who not with us tonight. Mo, certainly hope all is well with you and you're getting some rest from your long day out there in that rain.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Clee. Clee, know I love you, but when I say hold on my show, you'll hold on. Yeah, thank you. But I love you and I appreciate you always. Tim, Tatiana, Asia, Trap, Dwayne, Money. Y'all got anything before we sign off? All right.
I see it all in the group message.
I say this.
Yo, you must have a lot to say, man. I can't wait to read.
You already know how I be, man.
He is stewing.
Yo, he is stewing. I can't wait.
Right, we got to meet in the back room after.
Can we meet in the back room? Can we go back?
Listen,
see y'all later.
We got 2 more episodes left. We're gonna stop at episode 50 in 2 weeks with this, and then I do something a little different for y'all in the coming weeks. But yeah, so 2 more weeks. Next week, Tuesday night, and then the week of Christmas, which is the 20th, on Tuesday night. So listen, tell everybody, pull up, bring a friend. All right, until next week, y'all already know what we'll do. We'll holler.